your thoughts about your situation, which is your relationship with your mom, with your boyfriend, they appear completely real in you, within you. They seem like they they could not be better. Like in terms of reality, like they're real to you. They're like this is how things are. They cannot be just some fake hallucination that is happening inside of my mind. Well, while your current circumstance does appear to be like people are mad at you and they don't want to go and talk to you, and you have said things to them, they have said things to you, you can still save the circumstance, save the situation by listening to Master Self. You see, you will not listen to your own inner self and guidance from God until you're really pressed, until it's the last moment. That's what the nature of humans is. They just like to, you know, not listen to themselves. But they're gonna listen to the mind. They think they're the mind. Do you really think you are the mind? Or you're something much greater than that? There's only one answer to that. You are being without boundaries. Do you really think yourself to be this lowly, angry being that judges other people, makes petty fights about control and dominance? Who is right, who is wrong, being righteous? You're not that. You're something much, much greater. You're so great that you do not want to believe that you're that great. So you're making up excuses by associating with your mind, the ego, and listening to it, and trying to figure out things through the mind. Because you're literally afraid of your power. It's not about facing your fears. You can easily deal with that. You just don't want to accept that you're that powerful enough. That you can go all the way beyond of it. You can help everyone around you, whoever you touch in every moment. And they probably will not even notice that you helped them. They're going to say later on, oh, I did it all by myself. You are that powerful. You can move like a ghost through people, while still keeping your ego persona. Look at me, flamboyant, and I'm doing this, but there will be something different about you. Something much greater there. And that's your secret. That is your power. That secret inside that no one knows about. No one even wants to hear about it. If you go and tell them on the loudspeakers out there, if you tell them how great they are, they're just going to laugh at you. First, they're going to say, yes, I'm so great. But then, moments later, when the thoughts start to happen, they're going to get lost again into what they think is themselves, which is telling them pretty much a version of that, and then within 1 hour, it tells them a completely different version of that. Misinterpretation. This is why people get in fights. You say one thing, and then they say the other thing. And before you know it, you're arguing for 3 hours about nothing. Ego loves it. Ego is just laughing there because you're fighting against your own self with another body over there, with another being that is you. You're fighting. And ego is put you two together to fight. I mean, just look at the shape the world is in. The only way to fix this is to fix ourselves first. And everything else is going to come around. There are people today that are fixing themselves. That without them, this world will definitely be even worse. People like you. They're trying to help themselves, understand themselves, know themselves, truly, exactly how they are. Without you and people like you, this world would disappear into dust. The planet will still stay, but we will destroy each other long ago. And based on how current circumstances are, ego already has a plan for that. But that's not the reason why we're here on the planet. We're not even on the planet. We're way beyond that already, existing with God. Once you observe your thoughts and decide to go beyond them towards your being more fully, just be. You will see that you're okay. That there are no problems. The problems begin with thought. Without thought, there's no problem. Experiment now. Stop your thinking and be fully present and ready. No problems. Because you've decided to stop your thinking. Now that's a little bit harder to maintain because, well, you have to focus. You have to be awake. They have so many religions and practices just about this. About this little simple step of becoming aware. How do you become aware? You can just become aware, or you can be in thoughts. There is no third way. It's one or the other. Choose. And you're switching between the two non-stop. Now, which one you're going to choose more, it's up to you. The more you choose your beingness and try to be within your being, if there's 16 hours in a day, and throughout the whole day, you're just constantly reverting back your attention on inside, chances are you're going to become more aware of your being. And you're going to notice that there's a problem. What is the problem? The thoughts. The thoughts are literally not letting you become aware of just your being, your own being. It's like you want to walk into your own house and you have bodyguards over there, like around the house, like some people like stopping you from getting inside of your house. And you say like, wait, this is a problem, people. It's like, I actually live here. What are you doing? Well, you can try to pass beside us, but we're just going to try to stop you. So you walk in, and then they come in and they take you out, and you're on the street again. And you're like, what? You're starting to get frustrated. And they just laugh at you. Well, what you going to do? That's what thoughts do when you're trying to be aware. So what you're going to do about this? You have a circumstance, a problem. How to solve it? Well, you have the power of your will. You have the power of your choice. And that's one of the greatest powers that you have. You can choose to claim your house. And what the thought's going to do, they're going to start to attack back. That's how you become aware. You claim your house, your home, your heritage. This is where you live. This is where you grow up. You're just going to stay there. No matter what. And then you will discover that there's a power within you to do that. Where did this power came from? It came from God, directly to you. You already had it the whole time. You can overlook these petty fights that you have in your mind. You can forgive your mother, your boyfriend, your brother, your friends. You can forgive and overlook any thought that comes your way. It just takes your decision, your will to do so. It is your life in question here, your happiness and your existence. I can't do this for you. You have to do it for you. I can talk about it, but I cannot change your mind. This is not a hypnosis. This is a brother talking to a sister. Change your mind. Or remove it altogether. You don't even need it. Being aware of the present, almost thoughtless experience, you're happy. There's no problems. Something shows up around you, you just do it. Next thing shows up. Do-do-do. Just that. Easy. You just finish things. Easily. The moment you start to think, well, you know the drill. You get into hypnosis. Ego hypnosis. That's ego thinking. You're not thinking. There's the mind thinking. You get into the mind. It's a hallucinatory experience with all the movies, images, voices of different kinds, reenacting of scenes, analysis, commentaries, you name it. You've been living it for decades. You know what you see inside of you. That all needs to go if you're to be free. All of it. Or at least at first overlooking that and going to what you actually are, a being of God, made by God, created by God. If this is like a normal thing, that you grow up like this, oh yeah, you're a being of God, so just chill. Everything's fine, no problem. If you're being educated like that, if the whole world is being educated like that, but we've been living in hypnosis, the whole planet. And then they called saints, they called them crazy. So crazy people called saints crazy. Well, the only thing they did is they removed their minds and lived with God.